Wow, what an incredible performance from Manchester City to go to Anfield, the home of the champions, the current Premier League champions, and beat them 4-1 on their own backyard. I mean, an absolutely scintillating, incredible, as I keep saying, performance from Manchester City. They really did blow Liverpool away. They looked incredibly angry, they looked hungry as ever, and I was one of the ones, as I keep saying, that wrote Pep Guardiola and Manchester City off halfway through the season because I didn't think that they had the same hunger, the same desire, the same fight to win Premier League football matches and win Premier League titles, and my word, have me, along with other people, been proved severely wrong, because that's now 10 wins on the bounce for Manchester City in the Premier League. A 4-1 win against the current Premier League champions, as I say. It's just an absolutely just mental scoreline to say. Currently now, of course, 5 points above Manchester United in the Premier League table with a game in hand over them, 7 points above Leicester with a game in hand over them, and also 10 points now, 10 points above Liverpool with a game in hand over them. So yeah, I think everyone knows now that the Premier League title is going back to Manchester City after Liverpool got their glory last season, and then unfortunately for them, a few injuries have absolutely mangled their season, and Liverpool now fighting for top 4. I think they're well and truly now out of the Premier League title race. Their form, especially over the last month or two, has been absolutely rotten, and City, have been the complete opposite. They've really taken off, even without Kevin De Bruyne. Other players like Gundogan, Sterling, Foden, Bernardo Silva, etc., stepping up to the plate and delivering where needed, and as I keep saying, an absolutely just incredibly breathtaking performance from Manchester City tonight, and that is exactly I'm going to be analysing. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 4. It really does give me vibes of the 08-09 season when Liverpool went to Old Trafford against Manchester United, won 4-1, and really put their cards on the table in terms of the Premier League title race, and really made a massive statement of intent. And I think City tonight, as I said, they looked extremely angry, and I think they were kind of thinking, you know what, you took the title off us last season, you walked the league fair play, but we're back again now, we want this title back, and we're going to make sure you know that we're back. And I think, as I said, they just absolutely proved to everyone that they are well and truly up for the Premier League title this season, and fair play, because as we all know now, I think that is the Premiership title well and truly wrapped up and going back to the Etihad Stadium in Manchester City's grasp. But yeah, we'll go through the goals. I mean, first of all, before we actually go into the goals, Ilkay Gundogan missing a penalty, I think, in the first half, and a really silly tackle from Fabinho. I think Sterling did really well to obviously skip by Alexander-Arnold and then skip by Fabinho, who did, languish his leg out and tripped over Sterling. An absolutely disastrous penalty from Ilkay Gundogan. I actually think it was in the second half, actually, because so much happened in this game, especially in the second half. It's just so hard to keep up with it all, so bear with me. But yeah, actually speaking on that, I think the first half was just extremely flat. I mean, both sides had a few chances here and there, but overall it was a bit too conservative for my liking. It was a bit more like, all the big 6 games we've seen so far this season, where both sides are a bit, afraid to take risks. But in the second half, both teams, in fairness, did go for it. I think City a bit more so, and City really put their cards on the table in the second half and made it a really interesting game and an incredible performance overall, as I keep saying. Ilkay Gundogan did spare his own blushes from that goal. Yeah, just really poor slopping defending from Liverpool once again, and Ilkay Gundogan, of course, getting the tap in. It was Foden that did take the shot. Really poor defending from Alexander-Arnold and, the likes of Fabinho, Henderson. Just really overall poor from Liverpool's backline. Foden got the shot away. Really good save by ALISSON, who we'll get onto, of course, and Gundogan in the right place at the right time once again. As I keep saying, his awareness of space and awareness of when to get into the right positions at what times, it's just absolutely phenomenal, Ilkay Gundogan, and once again tonight he was absolutely superb. Did get them off the mark and put City 1-0 up in a big game at Anfield. Then Liverpool, of course, did get a penalty of their own. Mohamed Salah brought down by Ruben Diaz. A really good ball over the top from Trent Alexander-Arnold, which Ruben Diaz extremely misjudged and just panicked once he made that mistake. His first major mistake in a City shirt, and after that he really panicked and just grappled hold of Salah. Maybe a bit controversy over whether it was actually enough contact to make Salah go to the floor, but overall I feel like it was a decent decision, and in the end it doesn't really matter because as we know, the scoreline didn't end in Liverpool's favour whatsoever. But really emphatic finish from Salah from the penalty spot, and from that moment I actually thought it was going to be a bit of a better game. I thought Liverpool would try and get back into it a lot more, would actually put some pressure on Manchester City, but that did not happen because then ALISSON out of nowhere just decides to, I don't know what he was doing, probably one of the best goalkeepers, if not the best goalkeeper in the world of football at the moment. Just really sloppy from ALISSON, gives it straight to Phil Foden, who of course swears it across to Ilkay Gundogan, and at that stage, of course, it was Manchester City 2-1 up at Anfield, and then literally a few minutes later he goes and does the exact same thing, ALISSON, giving it to Bernardo Silva right inside the Liverpool penalty area, and Bernardo Silva with a really cheeky, cute dink over the top to Raheem Sterling, who had a tap in, and at that stage it was Manchester City's game to lose well and truly. And then of course the fourth goal of the game for Manchester City, of course. Phil Foden, an absolute generational talent, showing his qualities. An absolutely brilliant move from him to turn onto his left foot and just smash it past ALISSON. Maybe ALISSON could have done a bit better, but overall I think the power was too much for him to cope. And yeah, Manchester City, showing what they're made of well and truly. An absolutely incredible performance, as I keep saying. I think everyone to a man in that City team was absolutely phenomenal, and I think they really did deserve their 3 points in some style as well. And yeah, as I keep saying in this video, an absolutely probably the biggest statement of intent you could make in the Premier League title race for Manchester City to, kind of finish off Liverpool once and for all. They smelt blood, especially going 2-1 up, and my word did they kill them off, and they killed them off in the title race, as I keep saying. Just a really, really incredible... I just can't get over the performance from Manchester City, because of course they haven't won at Anfield since May 2003, and yeah, tonight they really, as I keep saying, they looked angry, they looked desired, they looked hungry, showed a lot of fight, a lot of grit, and yeah, just absolutely played Liverpool off the park in the second half, blew them completely out of the water and got their reward. Once again though, I think we do have to, pay attention to this Liverpool injury crisis. I know I'm not going to use it as an excuse whatsoever for Liverpool's shambolic second half performance, because let's be honest, they did just collapse, but you have to feel for them, because of course they're 2 defensive midfielders, their main defensive midfielders in Jordan Henderson and Fabinho, both having to play centre back because of those injuries to Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez and Joel Matip, and with that, Liverpool have no real defensive minded midfielders in midfield. Like, of course, they had Thiago, who was more of a deep lying playmaker, forward thinking passer, Jorginho Wijnaldum, kind of a box to box, and Curtis Jones, who I actually think was Liverpool's best player, and I was really, really surprised when he got taken off, if I'm honest. More of a playmaker, Curtis Jones, so really there's a lot of lack of balance in this Liverpool midfield without Fabinho or Jordan Henderson, or even the both of them sitting in that midfield. So that's one thing I want to kind of sympathise with Liverpool for a bit, because I think those defensive injuries they do have is, taken away from the quality in midfield, and taken away a lot of the balance in Liverpool's midfield. But yeah, if we look at City's team, I want to go through the team. First of all, Ederson didn't have much to do overall. Cancelo and Zinchenko, again, didn't have much to do. I think Raheem Sterling, well and truly back to his best. Hasn't really been too great this season in terms of consistency, but overall ran Alexander-Arnold ragged on that left-hand side for City. Got his goal, and yeah, overall, his overall game was incredible. And, missing Kevin De Bruyne, a massive, huge blow for Manchester City. We did need players for City to step up in other areas, and I think Sterling definitely took the initiative and definitely looked well and truly back to his best tonight. Phil Foden, once again, as I keep saying, literally every time he steps foot on a football pitch, Phil Foden, he seems to be one of the stars of the show, and honestly nearly contributes to a goal or two in nearly every game he plays, and I really want to see him given a lot more game time under the man Pep Guardiola in this City team, because once again tonight, absolutely incredible performance from him. I think Bernardo Silva was really good in midfield as well. Rodri completely controlled the game in midfield as well. Ilkay Gundogan once again controlling the midfield as well, because, an absolutely incredible performance from Ilkay Gundogan, who's really been one of the best players, if not the best player in the Premier League over the last month or two. And yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave this video, because I think that's all the thoughts I have on this absolutely mental game, and I apologise if, this video was either me speaking too fast, because there's so much I want to get out on this video, and because my head's just scrambled after that City performance and that overall Liverpool collapse, ALISSON handing City the Premier League initiative, and yeah, so I apologise if this video was a bit, all over the place, but it's the best I could give you. And yeah, so that is where we're going to leave this video. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. 20 likes as per usual would be massively appreciated by myself, and also if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very much appreciated by myself, because we are now looking to hit 1,400 subscribers on this channel as soon as we possibly can. So if you do hit that subscribe button, it will cost you absolutely nothing and would make my day, so it is very much a win-win situation, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Manchester City well and truly hold the grasp now of the Premier League title in 2021. See ya.